Hopefully everyone's got that. It's your responsibility if you're sending stuff back. We'll go in the order that the hands came up. So Russell Stoddart first, then Simon Mullock, then Steve Bates, and then Joe Bernstein. Russell, first question, please.
Hi, Jurgen. You had to deal with the pressure of having to wait for your first trophy at Liverpool. Obviously, Ollie at Manchester United is having to wait for his first trophy. How much of a pressure off your shoulders is it by getting that first trophy?
I never felt the pressure to have my first trophy, to be honest. So what was the first trophy then? Champions League?
Champions League.
Yeah. Okay, I had my personal reasons why I thought it would make sense that I finally win a final, because going there is nice, losing them not so much. So, but that was pressure, obviously, but not because I thought now I have to do it for the club or whatever. I knew how important it is to the club before. That's not an extra pressure. But how you know? Individuals are all completely different. That's why we are individuals. I have no idea, not even close to an idea, what Ole thinks and how much pressure he thinks he has. But football without pressure, I never, like the kind of pressure you can deal with of 100%, I never experienced. So it's just clear, you want to win a game, that puts you under pressure. The other team wants, because the other team wants to win the game as well. So that means it's not already sorted before the game. You have to fight for it. You have to work for it. The things need to go in your way. You know, these kind of pressure we always have, and Ole has that as well. But whatever will ease off after winning his first trophy, I don't know.
Okay, thank you, Russell. Simon Mullock, and then Steve Bates next. Simon.
Hi, Jurgen. Could I ask you first of all, Jurgen, who will take the decision on Virgil in terms of the Euros? Because I speak to people in Holland who say there's still hope over there that he could play in the summer. Who will make that final decision?
Virgil's knee.
So it would be down to Virgil.
You cannot look. I don't want to hold him back, but you cannot force it as well. So now let's just go through all these kind of things. I know, but you are all long enough in the business to know if you want to play a tournament, you have to train before, proper football training weeks before, not a week before. You cannot, after 10, 11 months out, train a week and play football. That's just not possible. It should not be possible. So nobody holds him back. I can promise all the people in Holland or wherever, but we cannot force it as well, and we will not. We speak about a player and his career. So why should it? Nobody should force that, and nobody will. Not Holland, not us. It's and Virgil as well. So he just tries to get fit as quick as possible. In a moment, nobody knows when that will be exactly, but you can imagine it will be for sure very, very tight with the Euros and the team training and stuff like this, because he's not in team training yet and will not be in the next weeks. So I don't know, but in the end, it's a decision of Virgil, and he will get massively influenced by the feeling in his knee.
And can I just ask you as well? We love stats. Journalists love stats. And you were asked earlier about not winning at Old Trafford. Does that, as a manager, does that get under your skin? Because
No,
I mean, Guardiola, for example, hasn't won at Anfield.
Nobody asked me that yet. You asked me that.
I thought you were asked earlier.
Yeah, no. You mean earlier today or earlier in my life?
Earlier in the press conference about not winning at Old Trafford.
No. Nobody's spoke about that. So you're the first. So, but I know that, again, believe me, in all, didn't we win in the European League? We drew. That was a full continue. Yeah, but it felt like a win.
Yeah.
So, yeah. No. I know that we have to, yeah. If we can, we should put a few things right, but it's not a problem. So because if we, what I said before, if we want to go through wherever, we have to win football games. In the first one of the games we have to win is on Sunday, and it's at Manchester, coincidentally. So we cannot make any difference there. So, and it's not important, believe me. If you won there the last 10 times in a row, it doesn't have a massive influence on the game you play on the weekend. So if you didn't win there, the longer you don't win there, the more likely it gets that at one point you will win there. And we will try it until it happens.
Thank you, Simon. Steve Bates, and then we're going to finish with Joe Bernstein.
Hello, Jurgen.
Hi.
Hi, Jurgen. I know you probably 48 hours before you meet your biggest rival, you don't want to be saying nice things about them. But in terms of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, right from the start when he got the job on a temporary basis, there's been a lot of suspicion that he didn't have the right experience for the job. He didn't have a big CV behind him, as you did when you went to Anfield. And the perception that United should have gone for a big name manager, should we say? But I guess it's good for you guys in your profession when somebody like Ollie does take on a big job like Man United, and he does fairly well, and year on year they have made progress. Obviously, they're not at the level that you were at last season or Man City are currently at. But I guess you must be impressed with the job he's done there, given the pressures.
Yeah, I am. So last night I watched the game, and then I watched the halftime talks. Nothing else to do. And then when the teams came out, all the pundits and everybody was nearly flabbergasted that they didn't change. And then they scored 5 goals in the second half and changed late. 4 goals and then they changed late, and even Greenwood scored. So yeah, it's nice to see when the quality of a manager is more important than the experience you have. Because if you need to have 50 Champions League games as a manager before you can take a club like Manchester United, then that would be really tricky to find one, because there are not a lot of coaches out there who have that experience. So no, it's nice. I think it's clear if Ole wouldn't have had history at Man United as a player, very successful history, then probably not so many people at United would have thought about him. But because he did a brilliant job in Molde and has a Manchester history, I think that was the idea. And nobody knew exactly how it would work. And then it worked out absolutely sensationally from the beginning, then with a little drop. And then now they look good. They look absolutely really good. And that's of course his, he deserves credit for that, together with his coaches. It's like always like this. It's a team effort, but they do really well. And I'm happy for him, to be honest, because even when he coaches a club, I don't think too often about. I'm really happy for a colleague to do really well, and that's what he does.
Okay, final question of this press conference to Joe Bernstein.
Yeah, Jurgen, I just wanted to ask you about Naby Keita and whether you think his longer term future is at Liverpool. But also, my second part is this rule that the 4th place team in the Premier League might not get into the Champions League. I can't get my head around it, but maybe I'm more old school. But I mean, what do you think of that sequence of events where if you finish 4th and have a good end of the season, and then they say, oh, sorry, you're in the Europa League anyway?
Yeah, it's not nice. But I think the different scenario, I don't know who can talk about that with the authorities, but in fact, there's five teams is a maximum of possible Champions League starters. There is a good chance again. I think in the year when we won the Champions League, there was the European League final, was English,
Arsenal, Chelsea.
English as well. So there's a good chance for having 2 English finals again. That makes it then really tricky, because then you have definitely one Champions League winner from England and a European League winner from England, which makes 2 teams. And then how do you want to sort that? In this case, I think most of the involved teams, apart from Arsenal, potentially Arsenal, I know it's not done yet, so you're trying to say it could be, are already in the Champions League. So pretty much Chelsea not 100%, obviously that's what we are hoping for, and all these kind of things, but it's difficult. So you could be there and end up with 6 teams in the Champions League, and I'm not sure if that's right or not. I really don't know. It's just I have no problem with that. I would love it, but I don't think too much about these kind of things. Yes, it's not nice if you're on 4th and then you get kicked out because of another team is winning the Champions League. That's not cool. But how we found out recently, these are the rules in a moment, so we have to accept them. And if they are wrong, then we have to change them. But in a moment, we have to work with that.
And Naby Keita was the other question.
Naby, yeah. I see Naby. So it's a lot of things in this year. It was really tricky. We had to change so often, and then you have to, in the moment when you try to go for stability, that's really like this, and that's what we need. It's like if the last line, you can see now, for example, Man United, the last line played, I think nearly the last 20 games together now. So then you can make changes everywhere because you have a proper basis. We never had that. So and then on top of that, then making 2-3 changes in midfield, it just doesn't work out in football. People say, try it. Yeah, I would try. Definitely. If we could be only nearly sure that it could work out, but you need stability in a football team. Other teams are too good for it, that you just make 8-9 changes, and that really hurt. It hit a few players this year. Some of them were, of course, injured, coming back, took a while. Naby, he trains really well, I have to say. He trains really well, like a lot of other players. It looks really good in training. But this year now, we need stability. We will make changes from time to time, definitely. But it's not like we pin out 7, 8, 9 players to change and now say, maybe we can win it like this. It's just the long-term future of Naby Keita, from my point of view, is here, yes.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.